welcome to another episode of Mojave River Valley News. We're out here in Apple Valley at the Apple Valley Chamber of Commerce, which is part of the High Desert, the Greater High Desert Chamber of Commerce. And they graciously allowed us to use their facility this year. We're going ahead and we're going to interview many candidates across the entire Mojave River Valley. Some are in here that we've done our best to try to get a hold of everybody we can. Fortunately, you might not find your favorite candidate there just because of logistics or whatever it might be, but we did our best to go ahead and put as many interviews as we can together. So you know what? Stay tuned. We'll be right back with you because we got a lot of great interviews to throw at you. I have a candidate we're going to interview in just a moment here. That's Steve Tyrrell. Steve has been heavily involved with the Victor Valley Community College. He's running for a seat on that right now as a trustee, and we'll be interested to see what Steve has to say for us today. Be right back with you. Hi, and again, I'm Eric Swanson, and I'm here with Steve Tyrrell. Steve, tell us a little bit about yourself. You're running for the College Board, VVC College Trustee. Tell the folks a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, my name is Steve Tyrrell. I'm the engineering maintenance manager for Mitsubishi Cement Company. I've been very involved with the college, developing the career technical education, maintaining a program where I can get local talent that is homegrown and that we enjoy to have with the company, not just ourselves, but the mining sector across the high desert, along with General Atomics, Ex-Quadrum, small businesses like Tyrrell Rubber. So I formed a manufacturers council a few years back, and that's helped develop the needs of the high desert, and the college has been able to meet those needs for the most part and with that career technical education program. So that's...
We'll touch on that in a minute when we want to talk about it. I want to go into depth on this.
Certainly.
CTE stuff. So I think one of the things I want to touch on real quick here is you're walking into a multi-million-dollar organization. How do you feel you fit with that? What do you bring to the table to help this organization thrive?
So I'm also from a multi-million-dollar organization with Mitsubishi Cement. I operate a budget that is over $20 million a year and a capital budget that's pretty close to $20 million a year as well. So handling large sums of money and staying on budget on time is something I'm very familiar with. And I think it's very important for the college to do that as well, because fiscal responsibility is extremely important.
So I'm going to go into something else that's messed all education up, and I know it's affected you guys too, and I know you guys are trying to figure it out. And that's not something I know you're in the midst of, is where do you feel what we need to do, not in the world of necessary academics, in the pandemic, get the students back to class?
So one of the biggest challenges we had with the pandemic was the ability to stay home for the most part. We were considered a vital business, so we stayed open, we stayed operating. We were able to do a lot of the classes that we had a bit remotely, but what we found with that was you lost a little bit of that touch. And I think some of the students that have lost that touch are, again, beginning to itch and try to get back to it. So what you've seen at Victor Valley College is an increase in enrollment, and we're hoping to get back to where we were pre-pandemic.
So let's go to another issue that it's constantly plaguing schools across the country. We see it every once in a while at college campuses, usually universities, a lot of times in the schools, is of course, is student safety. Where do you feel that the college is in the right track or needs to change, or what do we need to do about student safety at these campuses?
Well, student safety is important, not just on campus, but also off campus. Safety as a general is something we have to really focus on. The Sheriff's Department is doing a great job trying to maintain a sense of stability in the high desert. That's very difficult to do with budgets and budget constraints that we have statewide as well. But what I see on the campuses is we have more resources where they can call for help, the call stations that are available
out there. Right.
And that's been around for a while, and I think that works to provide some sense of safety, but the overall observation of cameras and security kind of go hand in hand.
So let's touch now on I think the thing that you have been involved mostly out there is the CTE, college career programs, and it's I know that you've been very instrumental what the high schools are doing, feeding to what we're doing at the college. Can we touch on that? Where do you feel it needs to go? Because I think maybe it'll explain to you maybe what you've been doing with it might help a little bit.
Well, not every individual is going to have the means or the desire to go to a four-year college. So what do we do with all those individuals that would like to do something with their hands, with their skill sets? That would be our nursing program, that would be our firefighting, our law enforcement, even our hospitality services. Obviously close to me is industrial electrical, industrial mechanical, and with the advent of these large distribution centers, we have this mechatronics program, which is a combination of computer logic along with electrical and mechanical. So I've been instrumental in getting an approved apprenticeship program for industrial electrical, industrial mechanical, and mechatronics, and a pre-apprenticeship program that reaches down into the high schools. So we can start with the high schools, get those kids into a pre-apprenticeship program, match them up with an employer here in the high desert, and then continue that with a approved apprenticeship program and classes that they don't have to go down the hill for, because we have a high desert training center located at the Southern California Logistics Airport. So yeah, I'm pretty passionate about that, because then we can keep the kids that are here in the high desert, live, work, stay, and play right here, continuing to develop the economic stability of the region.
I can't wait. This is me just dreaming off the top of my head that we have, articulated skip loaders. We have all this different equipment at the school sites teaching the kids so that when they go to the college, I know you guys are working on trying to get a different direction for diesel and big equipment stuff, and I can't wait for that to happen. I know you've been involved with that heavily.
Obviously, we have a large mining sector across the high desert, and we have a need for these heavy equipment, diesel mechanics, something you don't find anywhere else. So that curriculum is available. Trying to bring that into Victor Valley College right now. Just got approval for a part-time professor, and we're looking for that individual so we can get the curriculum online, and then again, get those students plugged in so that they can get pretty family sustainable wages. We're talking six figures.
So we're running a lot of time. I have a couple more topics I really want to get across. Let's take a quick moment here to talk about AI. Where do you see AI? What do we need to do about it in the schools? Do we just figure out how to embrace it? Do we figure out how to, it's a tool, obviously.
It's here to stay. So we have to figure out how to utilize that so that we maintain a creativity with our students. We don't want the creativity to go away by just giving it over to an automated intelligence, right? So we want to use that for a means that we can then say, this is a best way to use this. It's kind of like something we talked about earlier, and that is a calculator. I don't have a slide rule anymore. Everybody has a calculator on their phone.
Right.
You don't have to do a lot of that stuff, in your head, but many of us learned how to do that. And again, that creativity side of AI and how to integrate those are very important.
Real quick, we only have a couple seconds. I just want you to touch on real quick. You're coming into a board. You have 5 board members. You're one of 5. How do you feel to be able to work with them and also working with the president and superintendent?
So that collaborative effort is something that I've been very accustomed to with the development of the Manufacturers Council of the High Desert. Leaving your agenda at the door, finding out what's best for the group, that's what's going to be very important. I think the board works very well together. They've been very successful. We've got accreditation for over 7 years. We're the largest, fastest growing community college in California and possibly in the nation. I think that collaborative nature is something that's going to continue.
Give me 5 seconds. What needs to be done next?
What needs to be done next at the college? I think the next thing that needs to be done there is to really celebrate the opening of that new event center and really celebrate how that can bring about that community and bring more students into the college as a whole.
Steve, take a few moments and tell the folks why they should vote for you.
Well, I am a Navy veteran that is very passionate about being able to promote from within the company, and the best way to do that is to offer a training program. That training program is something that people that don't really have that skill set that meets all of your needs as an employer, and how to upskill them into that job. So why should I be there? Because I have that real world experience on how to upskill them, bring them into the community, and make it a family sustainable wage.
Steve, thank you for coming out and sharing with us today.
Thank you.
Hey, you know what? These episodes, working with candidates, is always amazing. You know what? Thank you for tuning in. I hope we gave you some insight about who these folks are. We try to hit all the candidates, but there's so many out there, and it's not that we left anybody out. We really made an effort to try to get everybody in here for it. Another thing I want to do is I want to thank the Greater High Desert Chamber of Commerce for allowing us to use this beautiful facility out here in Apple Valley, because this really made a big difference for us. By the way, please, if you haven't had a chance, please subscribe, ring the bell, give us a thumbs up, because this allows these videos to get wider range of people so they can see them. The more the people that are involved with it, the more people that see this, the more people can help make their decisions. Hey, behalf of myself, Eric Swanson, my technicians, and all the candidates, I want to thank you very much for tuning in this time, because you know what? This is a major thing. This is a big thing. We'll be voting this November 5th here. And these candidates are the ones we got to kind of keep an eye on and see which ones are going to be best for us. Stay tuned. We have more episodes coming, and you'll look for all these different candidate videos out there. There's a bunch of them. See you soon.